Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi my wonderful sweet babies, it's Destin and I wanted to get on here and talk about this dumbass, raggedy-ass YouTuber that went out of his way to incite a whole fucking riot and is now getting charged by the NYPD. And let me just start by saying that this is exactly why a lot of influencers are not getting much respect lately, because of arrogant fools like this who do dumb shit.
Everybody for themselves. There's a war out there, man.
This morning, a popular Twitch streamer is out on bail in New York City. Investigators say he incited a riot causing chaos. We now know more than 60 people were arrested during this event, and hundreds of people were treated for minor injuries. New York police say Kai Cenat promised his more than 6 million Twitch followers that he would have free PlayStation 5s to give away at this event. But he did not have them and quickly lost control of the crowd. NYPD confirms the crowd was largely made of thousands of underage teenagers. Witnesses say these teens gathered in this area quickly went from riled up to violent.
Because this idiot decided to literally incite a riot, stir chaos, and now multiple people are injured, and now a lot of people are really upset with this dude. So for those of you who know who Kai Cenat is a 21-year-old Twitch streamer. He's literally the most subscribed to and followed streamer on Twitch. Twitch is a very popular platform where people can literally stream for hours upon hours upon hours. And if people really like you and enjoy you, they can send things such as donations or gifts. Now, for those of y'all who are wondering, why is he famous? Well, the basis of his content is shock value. He has the craziest guests, the craziest influencers, celebrity interviews, and much more.
Repeat after me.
Okay.
Please.
Please. Serious.
Right? But what I will say is, if she can't put her legs all the way up to your ears when you on top of her,
Dumper.
yeah.
You're done.
Dumper. Dumper.
Real certified step shoot. She made it.
Wait, what is that? Oh my God! What is that clapping?
My bad.
Wait, what's that clapping?
So, introduce yourself to your name.
I'm Jay Galore.
Oh, what that awful familiar.
Jay Galore, big fucking Jay Galore.
What's going on, Jay Galore?
So yes, fun fact, this is what your kids are watching when you're not paying attention. They're not watching SpongeBob, they're not listening to Kids Bop, they're not playing their video games, they're watching stuff like this when you're not at home and when you're working your job. And a lot of kids watched him during the pandemic because that's when he basically blew up. He blew up during the pandemic, keeping all these kids who were in his school company, and a lot of them grew an attachment and a relationship to him. And that's why he's so successful and has a huge fan base of young teenagers. Now, I love to see a young black man doing his thing, elevating and prospering, because let me tell you something, in a world where we see a lot of black men becoming statistics and making bad choices, having a whole bunch of fucking kids, doing bitch ass bullshit ass things and selling drugs and moving weight and doing things that they should not be doing, I appreciate seeing a young black male prospering and elevating. However, what I will not tolerate is bullshit and nonsense, because people like this are a reason why people kind of side-eye and look at influencers are as arrogant, unhumble, idiotic people who do ridiculous trash things and people who just will not be around for a long time due to not having any substance. So Kai Cenat decided to tell his millions of followers on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram, mind you, he collectively has about 15 million followers across all platforms, to show up to a meet and greet in Union Square, a very popular tourist area in Manhattan, an area where people oftentimes go to play their guitars, listen to music, go skating. Kai Cenat decided to go out of his way and tell people to show up to Union Square, and that he would pull up and he would give everybody things such as PCs, PlayStation 5s, and much more.
It will be a meetup. Yes, I'm gonna drop the location, and yes, my niggas is really gonna pop out. You wanna know why? We will be giving away PCs. We're giving away PS5s. We will be giving away motherfucking microphones for the PC, keyboards for the PC, webcams for the PC, motherfucking gaming chairs for the PC, motherfucking headphones for the motherfucking PC, plus some motherfucking gift cards, nigga. Look. So clear your schedules for Friday. All my New York niggas, I know y'all niggas is not in school yet. Clear y'all fucking schedules for Friday.
Of course, teenage boys are gonna pull up any chance they get when they hear free. When they hear free this, free that, of course they're gonna pull up, especially if it has to do with video games. And initially it was very chill. It started off with just 300 people around 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Kai Cenat showed up literally at 4 p.m. By the time he showed up, there were thousands, almost 3,000 people who showed up to the event. An event that wasn't even supposed to be an event, and they showed up for what was supposed to be a meet and greet, and they fucked up Manhattan.
Be here to understand.
Now, if you look closely at the clips, you can see that a lot of the kids in Manhattan were going to nearby restaurants because, as we all know, New York City has a lot of outside restaurants, and people were picking up plates from these restaurants, and they were using it to chuck at the police officers who were telling them to leave the premises. They literally were throwing knives, forks, and all this shit.
And even briefly live streaming from inside the chaos as he was mobbed by fans. An SUV spotted speeding away with multiple people hanging on. The Twitch star possibly inside.
Oh, and then someone fell off.
With the crowds in the chaos came the damage, the vandalism, and the looting.
He took everything inside the car out.
Mohammed Ramadan says the way he makes a living was attacked. He was forced to file a police report after food and drinks were taken from this cart while he was working inside. Looters were on top and around the food cart, he says.
I called the cops. They told me I have to run away from the cop.
Cop cars were damaged as business fronts all around Union Square were threatened. According to the NYPD, all of it a result of chaos over free gaming system giveaways promised by Twitch streamer Kai Cenat.
So many people were injured, several adults were injured, police officers were injured, and several people who work at those little Gyro and Mediterranean food trucks were injured and robbed.
Chill. Yo, they violated, bro. Why they do that to him? Yo, chill. Yo, chill. Yo, nah, chill.
It was the most disgusting, most disastrous thing that I've ever seen in my life. And it's nothing but a testament to show you the kind of audience that this guy has. And it's a testament to show you that a lot of these influencers are getting out of control. And this is why a lot of people look at influencers as people that just need to fucking go away off the face of the earth because of people like this. People like this give influencers a bad name.
Now, a lot of his fans, since they are fucking annoying, did try to flood the newsrooms and the bloggers and say that he was trying to diffuse everything. He was trying to help. Kai Cenat is a good person. Because as you can see, there was a video live stream of him going on Instagram Live telling all his fans to go home and to end everything now.
Boy, y'all gotta go home. Hey, look, y'all gotta be safe, bro. Look, y'all gotta go home, bro. Look, y'all gotta go home. But my phone hot. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but if y'all could hear me, boy, y'all gotta go home. Oh my gosh. Yo, look. Bro, what the fuck? Bro,
And of course, minutes prior to everything going downhill, there's a clip of him telling all his fans to keep calm so that way he could initiate the giveaway.
I want to get to the way. So in order for us to do that, we gotta chill.
It was so bad that they literally had to lock up a shit ton of juveniles and a shit ton of grown-ass young adults and put them on 2 city buses in order to contain them and detain them because it was so many people.
So luckily, thank goodness, Kai Cenat is going to be getting charged. So according to the NYPD and Chief of Police, Kai Cenat will be facing charges, and so far they can only think of 2, but I wouldn't be surprised if they think of way more to make things stick because I feel as though they need to make an example out of him.
They really wanted to see this influencer, and it got to the point we were able to get the influencer out. And at that point, we were trying to take control of the scene. The young people out here, all right? And this is one of the first things we recognized, the leadership, when we all got together, that this is a group of young people. And we had to be very, very delicate in how we handled this, all right? We wanted the kids to just comply with us and leave, but we were met with a lot of resistance. We were attacked. My older brother just called and told me he saw a video of me getting hit in the head. Yes, the influencer's charged. He's gonna be charged with multiple counts, at least 2 counts of inciting a riot, unlawful assembly, and a few other charges.
Kai Cenat's team finally addressed it and they put out a statement reading the following. We recognize that our audience and influence are growing, and with that comes greater responsibility. We are deeply disheartened by the outbreak of disorderly conduct that affected innocent people and businesses and do not condone that behavior. Shut up! At the end of the day, I hope they throw the whole fucking book at him and condemn him because the fact that officers were assaulted, kids got harmed in the process, people ambushed taxi cab drivers, tourists were harassed. Nah, this is unacceptable. I get kids will be kids, but I'm going to be honest for a second. I got to know where the fuck some of these parents were because the NYPD sheriff said a really good point.
Parents. And I have to commend. There were some parents who came out here. There were parents who called. There were parents who came to us and said, I believe my child's in there. I want to get my child out of there. But I had thousands of kids out there. I needed thousands of parents out there, all right? We don't want to do this. We want our young people to come out and gather and have fun. But when it gets to the point where they're disorderly, we want the parents to come and take control and let us take a step back, all right? Young people destroyed our vehicles. My car's destroyed. Commissioner Daughtry's car's destroyed. Other police vehicles are destroyed. They destroyed food carts. They destroyed stores. When we started clearing the young people out here, young people ran through the streets of this city, taking plates off people who are outside dining, throwing their plates at police officers.
Now, I'll be real. I'm not gonna be one of those people who say this generation is so fucked up. The generation before that was fucked up. The kids who grew up in the 90s were fucked up. The kids who grew up in the 80s were fucked up. And the kids who grew up in the 70s were fucked up. But I noticed that there's like this demonic energy going on with the generation. I don't know what it is, but y'all notice how lately we've been seeing a lot of videos of kids and teenagers acting a damn fool, beating on adults, beating on security guards, beating on teachers, pepper spraying teachers, and, you know, doing chaos and bullshit. The reason I feel like there's a lot of demon energy of a lot of the youth nowadays is because y'all gotta remember, a lot of these kids who were transitioning into middle school and high school, they literally couldn't even, like, spend the most crucial years of their life going outside because they had to live through a fucking pandemic. You know, we were literally in a fucking pandemic for 3 years. So all these teenagers that went to high school, went to middle school, they literally had to skip middle school, or they had to skip the first 2 years of experiencing high school because they had to deal with a global pandemic. Some of them have parents that are constantly struggling. Some of them have parents that are constantly at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing that I will say is the sheriff who did, you know, announce that he will be making sure he pressed charges on Kai Cenat, he did make a very good point. We can sit up here and blame Kai Cenat all we want, but I also have to sometimes shift blame towards the parents. Back in the day, for a lot of y'all who grew up in America, there used to be a commercial that went like this.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
And that is some real shit, because a lot of parents nowadays just let their kids go out in the world willy-nilly, don't give a fuck about their kids, don't give their kids a curfew. They just let their kids go out about in the world, doing whatever the fuck they want. And it's crazy because a lot of parents didn't even know their kids were at the Kai Cenat event. A lot of these kids came from all over New York City and the tri-state area just to come see Kai Cenat. And some of these parents didn't even know that. The fact that a lot of these kids had to see their parents cry, struggle with bills, struggle to put food on the table, not be able to go to school, not be able to live the high school experience, being isolated in the house, a lot of them were looking forward to going outside, being in a crowd, and doing crazy things, especially when it's New York City. New York City is one of the most liberal fucking cities ever, and at the end of the day, that was one of the cities that was on lockdown for the longest time, where you couldn't go to restaurants, schools were closed for the longest time, everybody had to wear masks, everybody had to be indoors, everybody had to be secluded, everybody had to be within 15 to 10 feet apart in order to sustain and keep this fucking pandemic afloat, in order to sustain and get rid of this damn pandemic. So I think there's a demonic energy going on with a lot of these kids, where a lot of these kids are just sick of it. And unfortunately, due to the pandemic, a lot of these teachers don't give a fuck no more. A lot of these teachers are just listen, let me just say this. Even when we were all in school, teachers been not shit, right? Like if you went to public school or maybe even a charter school, a lot of our teachers been not shit. A lot of our teachers have been trash. But during the pandemic, a lot of teachers are walking out because they're tired of being fucking babysitters. A lot of teachers are sick of fucking getting paid low ass fucking money for doing a job that they're passionate about, but then being mistreated by these badass, dusty-ass kids who don't appreciate shit or want to learn, because nowadays these kids are glued to their fucking phone. Nowadays these kids are just like fucking like glued to TikTok, glued to Twitch, glued to Instagram, glued to Twitter, glued to all these low vibrational things that are constantly produced on the internet. I do feel as though that there's a lot of demonic energy going on for a lot of these young children, and a lot of these parents can't do nothing about it, because guess what? A lot of these parents got to go to work. They can ground their kids and tell their kids to go to hell. They can ground their kids and tell their kids to stay their asses at home and that they're on punishment. But guess what? These same parents have to go to work right afterwards. These same parents have to go to their second job 2 hours afterwards, because they have to make sure they put food on the table, because that's the kind of world we live in now in America, where now everything's more expensive. And if you want to live in a city like New York City, your parents have to work times 10 and then work a second job times 10 and then have a side hustle, start a business, maybe do fraud, and then drive Uber or do DoorDash on the side to sustain themselves. So who's really watching these kids? Who's really giving these kids guidance? Unfortunately, it's a lot of these favorite Instagrammers. It's your kids' favorite Twitch streamers. It's these TikTokers. It's Kai Cenat. These are the people that babysat and watched your dumb ass kids during the pandemic when you were at work and when you went to your second job and were tending to your side hustles just to take care of your kids. Streamers, influencers. And unfortunately, there's really nothing parents can do nowadays, because unfortunately, you can't really hide the internet or technology from your kids, because guess what? If you try to hide it from your kids, they'll just consume it another way, or they'll consume it through the eyes of someone else's phone. One thing I will say is this, that a lot of people don't know, is a lot of these kids obviously are probably going through a lot of shit with depression, mental health, chaos at home, and they wanted a reason to unleash their demons out in the world. They wanted a reason to just take out all that pent up anger and that ball of redness in them and put it out there. They wanted a reason to unleash that shit. And they had an opportunity when someone threw a meet and greet event to just cause chaos in the city. And one thing I will say is this, I've said this once and I'll say it again. A lot of these kids, and not even just kids, because it was also young adults who made these bad decisions, better watch out, because AI and cameras are advancing. I'm getting chills right now just saying this. But eventually, it's all fun and games to loot, riot, because we all saw the fuck shit that happened globally, where, in Paris, the Netherlands, and all these other cities where people were looting and stirring chaos in the name of Black Lives Matter. We all saw these people looting and stealing shit, but notice how a lot of these people who were looting and stealing shit were on camera. It's all fun and games until the next 2 years, you get mail of them showing you video or photo evidence of you robbing a store, of you trying to burn down a post office, of you trying to burn down a McDonald's, of you smashing somebody's vehicle. It's all fun and games until somebody accidentally recorded you and filmed you stirring chaos, and you face repercussions of it one by one. and you didn't think you were going to get caught because everybody else was doing it. It's all fun and games until AI starts to advance. The police don't want to show up to work, so they let robots and they let cameras handle everything. And every single person that looted and stole some shit, your face can be ID'd, and everyone gets a charge and everyone gets a fine for some shit they did or stole. It's all fun and games. That's why a lot of y'all got to be careful the kind of shit that a lot of y'all do when y'all go out in public and loot and steal shit. A lot of these dumbass fans that went out of their way to do that, a lot of these motherfuckers that went out of their way during these 2020 riots to do all that dumb shit, y'all better be careful because you never know what could be pulling up to your doorstep in the next 24, 36, or 2 years from now.
So, y'all, pause. Quick update. I gotta do a quick narration. So, in the midst of me saying this, fun fact, it's so crazy how this came to fruition. The police literally just announced in New York City that they're now looking for a lot of the people that terrorized, looted, and robbed shit.
Tonight, the NYPD continues to search for some of those instigators. They may look like kids, but they are being sought for serious crimes.
We have an overwhelming amount of videos showing people committing crimes out there, destroying property and hurting people. Those people will be arrested and brought to justice.
That's all I gotta say. But at the end of the day, I hope everybody can see where I'm coming from. I know this Kai Cenat dude's dumbass fans are gonna be all in my fucking comment section talking all that shit. Fuck y'all, get the fuck out of my comment section, bitch. That's all I'm gonna say. I said what the fuck I said. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And yeah, that's that. Troyce out this bitch. Why don't we fall in love? It's so many reasons. It's the only thing that matters to me. It's so many reasons. It takes such a load off to let you know that you're the only one I will ever want to go. Why can't we? Why do we? Why can't we? Why do we? Why can't we fall in love?